Too to be alive again. Good to come to Mr. Yahuah. You'll never know from Yom to Yom. People take it lightly, but make no mistake, he can cut you off. Isn't that right? I was talking to, I think it was Chanel, the artist formerly known as Shoulders. So I can't call her that now, I just do it. Like Prince, he just changed his name to a symbol, so he ain't got no name to call him. He had to call him formerly known as, because they don't have a first name. But anyway, 6 7 hours later, a gentleman, how a lot of his family members all died from COVID. And look at how many of us Mr. Yahuah spared. I watched a news story back, probably last year. They were showing a lady that she was Hispanic, and her whole family was dead. Everybody in her family was dead from COVID. She was the only living person in her family. I said, a lot of stuff people take for granted. He let you get COVID. And of course, you know, we complain. Nobody want it. It's kind of inconvenient. But at the same time, you look at how many people are dead and gone. They would be glad to have that little inconvenience to still be among the living. But how he see fit, he just try to show us a lot of stuff that we take for granted. We look at, oh, yeah, I had it. Oh, man, I was down. I was out. Oh, man, I was a week, 10 days. Oh, man, I can't wait to go. Oh, people dead. They didn't get over it. That's because he had recall whom he will. And he said, I harden myself against whom I will too. So, you know, it gives us all the opportunity to consider the things that we don't think a lot about, you ought to consider. You know, some people just waiting, I'm just waiting on a negative result. Said I can't get a negative result. Those people, they negative now because they dead. Yeah, they dead, so they got a negative result. They were waiting on one too, no doubt, but their negative result, they're not here anymore. Just a lot of things, you know, a lot of time we get in the push, hustles or bustles of life, we tend to forget and take for granted the things that he does a lot, us being able to see, move, function, whatever it is. And there's a lot of stuff, you don't miss it. Just like if you hurt your leg or something, you don't realize how much important your leg is. So you have to put all that pressure on your other leg. You know, something you don't think about it, you kick a toe. And you realize how much that toe make one toe make your whole body. You're like, how does a toe, that's how important, you know, a toe, your toe, you just still marching. Let me tell you, I was out of town, I did something. I had this towel, I was doing something in my hand, let go of that towel. I hit a granite countertop, these 2 fingers right here. When I said, thank you. Thank you. I said, I'm just gonna praise you till it go away. I tell you what, the pain won. Man, I had to get a cup of ice, stick my hand in a cup of ice in my 2 fingers, and that was cold, and finally it numbed up, and that stopped hurting. You know, it numbed up enough. I took it out that cup. My finger was hurting so bad, I almost started crying. I started telling the driver, take me to the hospital, just let him look at it. My wife said, oh yeah, I forgot. She said, it hurt worse when you take out the ice. I said, I guarantee if you'd have told me I'd never stick it in that ice. When I tell you my finger was hurting so bad, listen, that time almost brought tears to my eyes. I like the pain I had wasn't worse than that. But you know, little things let you just realize how little things really impact you on a big level. And a lot of times I don't think we really, you know, consider, you know, the things we look at are small, it can hamper your whole functionality of things you do. And you realize what I couldn't do for that moment, that time, things I take for granted doing. It was a simple thing, you know, eventually it went on away, but it's just the fact you start realizing this is a real inconvenience to me. It's really kind of put me at a disadvantage of doing some things. You just realize how much he let you know. If you think those 2 fingers kind of inconvenience you, what you think it take the whole arm off? You know what I'm saying? What if I took both arms? People don't realize there's a lot of stuff. Everybody you see that's an amputee, you know, sometimes we take for granted. All those people weren't born like that. They used to walk. Everybody in a wheelchair wasn't born in a wheelchair. Those people used to walk like you, and Mr. Yahuah saw fit, you need to be in a wheelchair. Somebody else need to walk. Think about it, when he take from you, who did he decide need to walk? Who did he decide need to see? Who did he decide who had cancer? Who he decided didn't need cancer no more? And he gave it to you, or whatever it is that you have. He passed these things around. Just to make you consider, I keep them. I keep them. He keep them in the treasure. Just like he keep his goodwill in there, he also keep his wrath, his indignation in the treasure. He said keep it in the cup, and he pour it out on the nations. He just pour it out on you. Look at those people in Turkey. You ask yourself, what made him designate Turkey and not Atlanta, Georgia? Not America. Let's just say America. Let's not use Atlanta. Why not? Or he could have just said, how about Conyers? How about Cover? How about Newton County? How about just anywhere? He could have put, I mean, this disrupted several countries. They keep talking about Syria and Turkey, but they're not looking at Baghdad got hit, Lebanon got part of it. He had a lot of, in all the regions he hit were places you've been. Did y'all know that? One of the buildings that were torn down in Turkey, Leon, he was down there, was on the news, was a building, they said that Cuff and Shaul was in there, who they call Paul and Peter. They said they were in that building. They said they got writings from them. They said that, quote unquote, they called Marine, they called the Virgin. They said shit, they had been in that building. That building was still standing and erected. It was torn down. Mr. Yahuah come to visit these people. All the places that he hitting are places we've been in. All these places, he disrupted them. He's shaking them up. It's time for these people to repent, confess their ways. People have been living lies for a long time. People live these lies so long, they look like the truth. People know this stuff not the truth. No more than it be the truth. I walk around and tell these people I used to be 100% white man. That'd be a flat lie. No, ain't never been no white man. But people have lived a lie so long and they pass these stories so long to where people don't want to change. Because it unfolds everybody's history. Just like with us, everybody, when you come up and you confess, people say, I want to confess, I was a sinner, that I had did wrong. Y'all pray for me. What sin did you commit? What sin did you commit? Wrong. What wrong? See, it's not a lot of shame. Understand what I'm saying? People say, oh, we all been a sinner. Well, you had to confess out everything you've done. You know what that put? That puts you to a low state. It do. It really puts you to a low state. So you gotta look at people looking at you saying, wow, you did that. And he wanted that way because he told you to confess your faults one to another. That's the truth. He wants you to confess it because he wants you to get rid of it. He wanted to shame you enough. You know what you say? I'm so embarrassed, I'll never do that again. You ain't never. Think about why people get there. I want to confess I sin. What did I do? I sinned. So at least y'all say, well, at least he confessed he did wrong. What did you do? That's where the shame come in. And the shame is supposed to come in and make you put you to a point you look at, I don't want y'all to ever look at me like that. I don't want y'all to think about me like that again. Don't do it. But as long as you can just say, I made a mistake. What did you do? I made a mistake. What? I transgressed against Mr. Yahuah. What did you do? I did wrong. What did you do? So now people can see you. Now they might say, well, now they're going to be watching me. I don't want people watching me. This another cloak for us to cover up and never change. See, churches didn't teach that. Nobody, I remember going, people didn't, when people got me told what they did? They tell you, that's between you and the Lord. You don't tell, no man. But yet your book told you to confess your faults one to another. See, the whole purpose of doing what we do, I'm telling why people don't get better and why you ain't going to get better. That's for y'all too and him. Because you ain't never said what you done, really. Yeah. People learn how to manipulate the system enough that you don't realize that's still a part of you being you and why you don't never get full change. See, the whole thing is when you get real honest about what you're doing, you just rather be clean so you can be done with it. The quicker you can start going right, the further you get away from doing wrong. Hardest part of repenting is where you got to start from. I got to start all the way from back here. That way you get it right. That way you get it right. Run a race and you ran, and the man tell you, really you fouled before you got started. You said, oh goodness. And you just listen. I tried to stop it, but you want to keep going. And then you got to come all the way back. It's a lot of people have done stuff, been a foul. People that stepped out of bounds and ran, and they pissed because they like, I don't ran all the way down here, and then you holler, the film show your foot touched the line. But still, because y'all don't understand that's how we do. We're trying to say, but look at what I did. That means these yards don't count. That means I ran in vain. Exactly. You see what I'm saying? How many times people done fired and jumped off? You lost the race. You don't even count. You jumped the gun. You made a foul on the run. But you could clearly see, but y'all saw I beat everybody, right? That means it don't count. And you know why that happened? It pissed those people off. He's trying to tell you, you really want to run this race and you don't foul before you got started, it don't even count. You stepped out of bounds. All your running was in vain. You don't go count. Man, had he not stepped out, do you understand that would have been the longest return ever? That was a 103-yard return. And he was having this conversation. Why? You stepped out. But still, did y'all see me though? Couldn't nobody stop me though. That's what I'm talking about. I don't know why we're talking about that. It don't count. This is why we here. This is why we're trying to examine. This is why we're trying to consider. You can't afford to do all this running and it don't even count. You in the end zone celebrating, slamming the ball down, doing the turkey dance, everything else. And man just waiting you to get through to tell you, it don't count. Now everybody pissed, screaming, yelling, why it don't count? That's stupid. How they doing them stand? The same thing they do with Mr. Yahuah. I don't know why it's stupid. That's the rule. Is that a new rule? Step out, it don't count. Guess when it's a dumb rule? When it's something you want to do. When it's something you want to count. And that's how Mr. Yahuah let all these events happen just to get us to consider this happens in life. I've been told you, I won't even count it. He told you that if a man do sadiq, if that man turn from all his sadiq and commit that, what did he say about his sadiq? He stepped out of bounds. Now we got to replay that play. And you replay it, you ain't going to believe it. It could be we lost yours or anything. Sometimes you're like, now you got to start it from further. Hold it. Some of you don't ran your behind out there, call back and play. Hold it. You're like, seriously? Are you serious? You call that after all that we was in here celebrating? That's what Mr. Yahuah going to do to all the come Dale Mosh Pot. If we don't go back to examine this to make sure all the rules are being followed, make sure, even Yahuah said, he said a man, he not crowned unless he strive lawfully. He said when a man strive for mastery, he said, only way you crown if he done it lawfully. Let me tell you something, like just using for instance with touchdowns or whatever. You know that they'll do a replay a lot of times, you know, because you know what? We got to make sure one doesn't miss. Everybody else so busy jumping around excited because they have about their team. For them, they're looking at, we got to go back and replay it. For what? You can see clear. It'd be the slightest thing could be off, and you pissed and you mad. They said, that's why we had to check it. A lot of times we go on, we say, yeah, but let's replay it and look at it. And guess what? A lot of stuff we counted that's been good, and we saying this is his measurement, this how he do things. When he go back to replay it and look it over, we're going to find out you never scored. That's all. But everybody else seen it, and I'm not what everybody said. Fans don't overturn no calls. And your fans ain't either. Your hollering, your screaming, and when I'm saying yours, mine either. That's why it's so important to make sure we get this right. That you don't run and put all this effort into something and it wind up later on coming up, it never counted. He never counted. It was a technicality. And you're going to argue the technicality, and but that's the man rules before we started playing it. Now you can say, well, I didn't know that rule. Then you should have familiarized yourself with it. You should have, it's stuff like even that game called people, I never heard that before. But you didn't see no culture losing because they look at it, it's in the book. That's your job to know what the rules are. Fans don't know. Fans look at what they like. And we fans in a sense. Fans are our own selves. Who want to grade that? Who in here going to get himself a flat F? You'll look at something and say, really? I gave your paper and said, listen, I'm going to let you be the judge. Very few. There's some people call it, okay, and there's some people do that. I'll be fair with myself. And I'll go ahead and mark. If it's wrong, it's wrong. Okay? How many of y'all can do that, honestly? Okay, you can do that. Now, how many, y'all look at the hands of us that say we can. Look at the hands of them. Y'all see us? Now, how many times we done graded ourselves in our behavior, in our lifestyle, and call that wrong? How many times in our behavior, in our lifestyle, have we graded and called it wrong? Because certain things you can do because you look at, this don't really mean that much to me. It's not, but when it comes out of your lifestyle and other things we do, this is where you can look and you can kind of really look at it and say, I'm going to be honest with you. Really, this answer could be right. That's how we're doing it come to our lifestyle. When it's things we're doing, that's why we have to use the word. Because we can be honest to a fault when it comes to some other things. When it comes down to reality of self and self-checking and being honest about self, sometimes we don't tend to be as accurate. Y'all got it? And that's the thing why he do it. He look at, I want to put that on you. I want to put the rule up here and let it be for everybody. Why y'all think a lot of people do what they do? You think a child molester sees every child molester see themselves as a child molester? If they did, they wouldn't be passing a rule saying, you know, kids really bring that on themselves. Hold on for a minute. Hold on for a second. Do y'all not know that you can get an 8-year-old girl who can actually be promiscuous and she can pressure herself and pressure some 30-some-year-old guy, 40-year? Now, we're saying no, but let me tell you what these people say who do it. They're saying it's the child's fault. That's the problem why he can't let us grade. Of course, I don't agree, 1,000% I don't agree. But you understand that, and we'll say, that's stupid. That's retarded. How ain't? But then, how it ain't stupid when it comes down to other stuff we do? It ain't child molesting. It might not be adultery and fornication, But he said some other stuff we do, and we don't see that the same way. Because every person, when they're doing wrong, they see a right in it. I know they say, oh, but I feel bad when. Oh, the chain? I was thinking chain. I was thinking about one around your neck and drag you through this parking lot. But and I seen him park in Yoshi Park. How many of y'all think he should have parked in Yoshi parking spot? How many of y'all think that disrespectful to parking park? Do y'all know Yoshi had to park all the way down there behind the building and walk up here because somebody had a parking spot? Is that fair to Yoshi? I said, well, to cut the light off and beat the monkey mess out of him. But again, and I guess I say that to say, I want to make sure that we don't just pull out something that's not some action we want to do. Like I pull out often to show me, let me see. Then I want that ability. I don't want to see it for what I want to see it for. I want to see it for how he sees it, so I can do what he's illustrated or what he's demonstrated. You know what I'm saying? What he's already validated, saying this is right, this is wrong, and that's how he wants to see it. And the hardest part is seeing self. So the whole goal is making sure that self is examined properly, making sure self is doing the right thing. Because you can fall. In your own eyes, you can be all right, but are our eyes his eyes? Hello? And that's the thing we all have to sit down and consider when we're doing this thing. Listen, this is getting closer to the end it's ever been. People don't have to believe it. It's getting closer than it's ever been. And it's getting closer till we're going to be hitting mosh pot real soon. And now we have to really sit back and start looking at the things that really most important for us, how we strategize to do things, because it's a matter of survival. It's two things I have in mind. That's the salvation and survival. Again, I'll reiterate, the importance he said that if he don't cut the time short, that the Sadiq will scarcely be saved. You know, these things happen, you know what I'm saying? Nobody will be saved if they scarcely be saved, west of the Rosha, ungodly Rosha, and the Kataim appear. But he talked about he didn't cut it short, nobody would be saved. How bad is it going to be? That nobody be saved unless I cut the time short. People might not even believe with Yahushua. People can believe if they want to. He couldn't have possibly made it a whole day up down. Not a complete day like we see it. He said for the elect, he's going to cut it short. He cut his time short up down. And he cut it short. He told you how to judge a day before you even knew how to do it. You said 12 hours in a day. He said it was from sunset to sunset. It was dark. He made it noon, which was light. Then it was dark. He said that was a day. What was the time? What was the expectancy time when it was up? How long was it dark before it was day? How long was the day up there? Because I think you would be telling a flat lie if you said it was 12 hours. Because you couldn't have known that. So now that's how he told us a day. He said the evening and the morning, he said it was the first day. Because it was evening first dark, then it was light, then he made it dark. He told the first day. He never gave you hours. He never gave you hours. He couldn't have gave you hours. Because then Yahushua was standing there for the space of a whole day. He had to cut time short. He told you, I'm going to cut it short, it's still going to be right. So if you're going to use 12 hours, you're going to get it off. I'm not leaving the man up there on the whole 12 hours. It's not happening. But again, people want to see what they want to see, how they going to do it. Because you count their day all the way to night, back around, like he said that 24 hours. He didn't. He did it from day to night and covered himself. That's how he did it. He had to cover himself and still be right. Trying to show her. For the man said he forsook him. Did he say, why are you forsaking me? So where your mind at if you felt like you were left and forsaken? I'm still good? If I cry out, you forsook me, where's my mindset at? You said, must have did wrong? Well, I just felt like you abandoned me, you left me. And he told you that. Come put a check up on. We don't went too far. Don't worry about it, it's still early. Let me ask you something. When you drove today, did you say anything about the checks coming in your mind? It wasn't no thought. What you think? You mean I'm going to hear that word? Get stronger with that word. And that don't talk. Come on, Kadale, give me some. That don't talk about it. Put another check up there. What you doing, Riley? You know good way you in the check system. Once you get in that system, they'll tell you that with the prison system. It's hard to get out. It's hard. What else? At least I'm need a check. for staying, cause you like you was, I thought you said, I looked up, I didn't know if you said something, I'm just gonna need a check for safety. Carl was exactly right. I mean, I thought she seen, so I said, came on back and had, what happened? What? That's a mosquito. That one they ain't even the one that bite. Hold on for a minute. Girl, you from Tick, them glasses, I know you ain't the first one you're saying. Come on, give yourself a check for being too much, trying to be above people. Who she think she is? Think she above her like she ain't never seen no mosquito before. The big mosquito don't even bite. Them your friend, it's that little one. It's that little joker, he be hovering with his knuckles out, with his knuckles balled. That the one hurt you. Yeah, put a check up there. You seen that coming, didn't you? You seen it coming? How many of y'all felt like y'all were too good to get a check? Yeah, y'all too. Remind me that y'all too got a check coming. So this is the thing we look at. We're really trying to make sure that we're not trying to live a life of deception to ourselves, because it's easy to deceive yourself. And that's our goal, to make sure we ain't walking this walk and living this life, and later on we come up and deceive ourselves. Challenges, situations come up to show us where we're at from periodically time to time. And that's a good thing at the same time. It's better for me to know now where I'm at before I get there and meet him. It is. If it's something in your law, this is why he trials, because it's stuff that you'll think you're okay until something happens. Then you can realize, where did this come from? Like people say, I don't know where that came from. Yes, you do. It come from our law. That's what it is. It come from here, between these two places, and where it happened. He told you about murders and adultery and all. These are things that are there, and we have to be challenged and tried on them so you know whether you can stand. With Yahuah, you just had to consider, you just saw what we are, men, human beings. You could be put in a situation, and before you know it, you just feel like you live. Why you think he told the Zion had said? What did Zion say? Say what it say? He said, Zion said he had forgotten him. That's why he told you forsook him. It was about him, Zion. He was Zion. He was that mountain. All Zion was the mountain. It was the land. It was also a har. And that's what he was. He was Zion. He said Zion had said he had forgotten him. But he said, but kind of aim forget her sucking. Somebody she breastfeed. How's she going to forget him? But he did what any of us would do. I don't know, people, this is what people think say, I'm going to quit because, I know I can't be saved because why I felt like he wasn't there, he left me. Why Yahushua felt like it? Why he left a writing to say I hadn't? Because I knew you're going to need that. And you know what? Did he recite that when he was up on the tube? If he did, it wasn't written for us to know it. We do know he said that you forsook me though. That's what he said, because he was a man. And he looked at, I feel like I'm left. I feel like I'm by myself. And I said what a man say when a man by himself, and a man felt like everybody had left him. That's what I said. That was for us. Because you know how many people quit because they said, well, I must not going to be saved because I doubted him. I ain't doubting him, man. You dealing with real life issues as human beings. And people don't realize that the writers came to get us a better understanding of he hadn't left her, but we don't look at purpose. There's a purpose of why he does that. We had to see him in a human form. How do you grade yourself by, quote unquote, the Son of God? How you grade yourself by him? What's the comparison? What they quote unquote call son. What's the comparison? None. Come on, big man. I gotta get you up out. Come on, big man. When you drove him, what you were thinking? Indubitably. Broken ground with broken by thunder and sound. Pick up the pieces. Passed on opportunity, could have kept me from seeking. Hey, do that thing. Strip teeth. You don't know it, I ain't get to see it. So if I don't see it, how I know he done it, right? How many checks out there, Kerry? Talking about for you. I'm not sure. Well, you count. Like you put fall the ground with broken by thunder sound. Picked up the pick, passed on opportunity. Would have kept me from seeing. Come on, Keisha, come on. Come on, mama. No, come on, no, come, no, come on, no. When I pass, I'll strip teasing. You know what? That ain't how you doing. You be doing with Carrie. Come on, Keisha. I want to apologize to people watching. I try so hard. Y'all see me, I'm a very patient man, ain't it? Y'all see I try to work with folks. Don't be trying to help out. I don't know what happened. Keisha, why are you writing in cursive? No, it's too late. Go put a check back there and go back. Just put a check. I know that's unique. Put a unique check. There you go. That's unique. Anyway, what's our goal? Try to keep our name and keep the checks down. How many of y'all gonna try to work to keep the checks down? Chris ain't gonna work out. Okay, I'm trying to tell you. You ain't gonna try to work on it, Jason? That can be safe. Well, we don't get ready to look at the bar, look at the word, but at the end of the day, we really want to make sure we get this right, though. I tell you, it'd be a shame for any of us out there watching in, those of y'all here, it'd be a shame to moot and not get this right. You know, at the end of like these checks up here, the one thing about them, these don't count against you in the fires. For all of us, whether your name him, he got a book of remembrance, a book of Sakar. Y'all has remembered. That's what they mark as to remember. And that's the thing we want to do with him. When he see our name, we want to see us as the people that he looking to put in the Sefer of Kai. You know what I'm saying? Which would be the scroll of life for us. That's important for us. Isn't that right? We need him to view us in a way that where he sees us inhabiting his Malkuth, his empire with him. We need him to see us as heirs. Isn't that right? We need to be able to see him as people, you know, that come into what they call the con of everything together. That's our goal. When he come to establish his Malkuth, we looking to be established with him. Just like a husband and wife. They buy something, look at this ours. Look what we've done. Look what we've accomplished. Look what we got. And a son, a child, a son, a daughter, look to inherit what the parents have put up or laid up to realize, all that's for me. That's how we got to view it. But that's based off a relationship. The DNA he looks for us is, he said, I'm the word. So anybody that belongs to me is going to be studious about the word. You know what I'm saying? They don't have the attributes of the word. That's your DNA makeup. That's it. That the word is complete ruler over things you do. You got it? Marshal, Shah. That's what it means. You know, to rule over. And that's what we want him to do. Like, that's why they call it martial art. You ruling over, they teach you. People don't realize words have meaning. People heard, how many of y'all heard martial arts? And you know what it is? It's the art of being able to rule over your opponent. See, the name denotes the action. They don't mess with me. I take it, martial. I don't care about no. They don't realize it's teaching you how to subdue your person to rule over. Well, we teaching you the art of how to marshal over Qatar. Hello? That's what they teach you. They teach you like how to use other people's strengths and make it their weaknesses. Well, what's the strength of sin? Okay, that's gonna be tight. Say what? Moot. And tell them what moot is. Death. Now come on, put a check up here, because it's the Torah. It's the Lord. It's the Torah. Now when I got a bishop holler out the wrong stuff like that, I know we're in bad shape then. But no, that's it. But see, that's what happens because we don't learn how to overpower it. Now what you think, sin subdues you. That's why you die. Because you're getting the knowledge of how to marshal over sin. Qatar. Y'all got it. That's what you're being taught, how to rule over sin. So when sin rules over you, what happens? You die too. You die. That's how you die. So y'all understand now how this works. When sin beats you, you die. The goal is for you to beat sin. That's how you live. You overpower. But when you don't understand how it works, that's why he told you how Shaul told you they were not ignorant of Satan's devices. Lest, what kind of advantage he gonna get? He'll kill me. See, if you don't start to see this in a certain way, then you won't really work on a real defense. Why you think you give into it? Because you don't really see you dying. Just like Adam and Ka'ur. They didn't see themselves dying. If they did, they'd never ate of the arts. That's how you do. You don't really see yourself dying. It's ruling over you. So at that point, this is a violation. Because the book told you, let not Qatar, therefore, that you should do what? Okay, I'm gonna need to check. It's obey it. All right, that's that. I'm gonna still need that check though. So then, cause you can't holler that loud and be wrong. You gotta be right. But that just help you next time you be ready. Bryce said, "You want a mask, little bro?" He want to go on the mask. Bryce big cop, Bryce said, "It's the mask." But no, so he'll still owe the check. Come on, Bryce. Try to slick the system. Unless they agree. Hold on now. I'm a fair man. Unless y'all say no check. No, check. Check. 1, 2. You be right. Check. Woo! Wondering where your check. Woo! And that's right. We gotta get them checks up there. We gotta get them checks up. But y'all understand what I'm saying though about making sure. If you don't understand it, then like it's a method to it. Like they say, it's a method to the madness. Everything you do, it's a science to it. Y'all got it? And a lot of times when people don't understand the science of it, that's how people get beat. They wonder how people become good at certain things. They understand the science of it. You're just player, you just do it. You're like, man, they're good. They figured out the science. And when it comes down to living right, you hadn't figured out the science. You've been trying to live right by other people. Well, a lot of people, oh, he ain't right. I don't care what nobody say. Yep, that's how I'm going to go to Sheol, because they said it. It's a book that denotes who's going where. I don't worry about what nobody else saying. You're not trying to live up to their expectation. Expectation, we got to meet this. This is expectation. These the same people say Yahushua he was sinner. Now, were they right? Because the book declared he did no sin, neither was God found deceit found in his mouth. So you can't always worry about what man said. Yes, there's a lifestyle we should live. He looks at, you don't want to give room to the adversary at the same time. You know what I'm saying? To take your two works, your good work, and use it against you. So of course you have to be wise about what you're doing, but I don't worry about being great about what other people say. You know what I'm saying? I don't mean I do anything. It's just they're not the measuring stick. You know what I'm saying? You learn how to use the tool and realize the purpose of why you're doing it. Y'all got it? Okay, let's see how that works. All right, Romans 15:4. We're up here, so now this is what they'll call reading backwards. What's scary, you read left to right, and that's the right way. How is left the right way? When it's right, you know what I'm saying? It's right to read right. Okay, that's the way it's set. Think about it. Everything is set up on the premise of what? It's all set up for right. And people keep wondering, I be reading and I be trying to do right. I can't. Well, you're reading left. That's wrong. Why direction don't make sense? When Shaul was going, he told him to go on down what? Where he had to go to? What street? A street called Straight. Why would you get on a street called Cricket Path? And you're supposed to be going straight. Mind you, the man couldn't see. He was being told, go down Straight Street. What did that how many of y'all think Straight Street go like this? That wouldn't make sense to name it Straight Street. These people set you up for failure. And people don't realize he made everything so easy for us to realize it makes sense. I made you upright. It's a narrow way when you look at salvation until you enter into the way, so you can't get in any kind of way. The road straight, the gate narrow. And you got to be upright. And you can't turn to the right or the left. How that going to make sense? I'm lefting and righting on Straight Street. I'm leaning and popped over going through the narrow gate. But people don't realize that's the life we've been living. And where he told you, it doesn't even make sense you get in. Even from your own conversation, you walk. It doesn't even show. Furthermore, you received of us down Straight Street with turns and bends. Upright, because you got to go through a narrow gate. Everything the man tell him makes sense. All right, let's look. Listen. Right here? This one will stop?
Yes, sir.
Oh, no. It's left to right now?
Because it's the new Bereth. In the old is when it goes right to left.
That's what they got. The Greeks. I said that who got in. Old Greeking. I had a Greek on him, but he shut up his keys in the car. I All right, listen. Like, listen.
Or
Oh, starting. Okay. 4 start him. Whatever 4.
Nikatab in the past, all for our lamed.
What was instruction? Showing. All right, come on.
Nikatab, so that through endurance and through the nakum of the Ketubim, your call we might have.
Where you at? I didn't see that part. They got to stroll out. You just said the call we might have. You saw it on there? Okay, you got it on the board. Okay, the call we might have. Wait a minute. So let's look at Yahuah, but they call it James. James 1. Yeah. Yahuah. Yahuah. Let's see 1:18. Let's see what that's saying. 1:18. All right. Okay. Okay. Listen.
Having willed it, he brought forth us by the debar of Amat, for to be us first
Y'all
fruits.
got that having willed it? Let's see will. Let's see if we give it the definition for willed it. Done, ed. So it's already completed. Having a specified level of determination. Willed it. Y'all hear this? Having a specified level of determination. Y'all got it? Giving us a better idea, okay? 1 and 2, we got make or try to make someone do something or something happen by exercise of mental power. No. Intend, desire, or wish. Literally, he intended, he desired. We know he don't wish to happen. Y'all got it? That's important for him. Y'all got it? Let me see something they used up. They gave them a line to kind of understand. That's how I have them. So they used Adam. Go back to what we were just looking at, please. Just like their friendship flourished, particularly because Adam wielded it. Particularly, I think it'd be the adverb. How many young people know what an adverb is? Wow. There, what's the adverb? Something that describes a noun. It typically tell you like the who, when, and how. It more or less specifies the who, when, or how. Y'all got it? Hello? Y'all disagree? Anybody agree? It typically deals with the who, when, and how. Okay? Judge, you do anything, am I correct? On the adverb, I just little stuff I kind of know. Y'all don't believe me? It will more or less put the particulars on it as far as like the who, when, and how. Okay? Just like if I said, I went and visit my mother, if I said frequently, it would be the adverb. Because it'll let you know, typically when you see the ly, it'll go in and more or less the notes to that. It kind of lets you know, it answers the question to like the who, when, and how. Okay? Okay, I know. I see your mama back there looking. She don't think I know a whole lot of stuff. I know a whole lot more stuff than they think. How you think I got her? Frequently. How I got her? Because I be doing it. That's right. That's your adverb. Doing it. Y'all got it? Huh? I got it like that. That's the hint right there. The who, when, and how. I got it like that. Okay. So y'all see, it let you know their friendship flourished, particularly because Adam wielded it, okay? So it letting you know he wielded it, so it letting you know it was something that he desired. Y'all got it? It was something that he had. So now you want to look at this with our relationship, and the reason I saw that when we went over there, because you kind of look at it with us. So you don't realize how things more or less happen with us. It's because he wielded it. Let's go back and look at the statement from the writings. Okay, let's say. having wielded it, well, this brackets, I guess they put it for right. Having willed, he brought forth us. So that was his desire. You need to know that. Think how many people feel like they're a mistake? How many people thought or felt like there was a mistake or something that just happened? And just tell me what can just happen. A fire can just break out right now. How could it happen? How could it break out? It needs some other things. It needs some particulars, some things to happen. You know what I'm saying? To kick off. There's some things that will have to happen in order for that to just take a fire. Is it possible that a fire can just blaze up right here with no chemical reaction, no lightning strike, no spark, no nothing? Well, guess what? Why you think you just popped up from nowhere? You know, I don't know. I just came in here. He said, no, I wielded it. I intended it. That makes a difference how you look at yourself. You know what I mean? The world, and I talk to people on a realistic. I wanted to kill myself years ago as a young man, teenager. I did. I contemplated it. I did think about it. I didn't do it. Because you just felt like sometimes, maybe I ain't supposed to be here. Life will get you. People like, a lot of teenage kids do a lot of stuff. And it wasn't drugs. I wasn't using no drugs. Just something don't go right as a kid, and the first answer seemed, just kill yourself or something. You know, this wasn't something off, but you know, just things happen. And as an adult, I did. Because you kind of feel sometimes, maybe life is better without me. Maybe I shouldn't be here. Just different things that happen. But to know he intended, like some of us are born today, you ain't gonna believe it. Hey man, we weren't trying to have no kids. See what I'm saying? So how that make you feel? It's like, so really, it didn't make no difference if I came here or not. That's not what you wanted. You see what I'm saying? So to know that he let you know, no, I intended this. I wanted it. That makes a difference. Then surely he didn't want it for just a destruction. This is talking to people that you know there was an intent behind you being here. What do we know about a woman being pregnant? Conception. We know about her when the seed is injected in her, what she has to go through, the body cycle changes. Things start to happen. The imbalance of different things. Well, really, I'm sorry. Santa said, don't do that. This is my department. Y'all didn't see it. Santa told me, zip it. She told me, she said, hand me the stick. Santa said, I could drop one right here. So now, Santa expert.
Oh, I thought that was Sandy.
But with that, just knowing I had an intent when I begot you. Got that? This was my will. I wielded it. Not just will, ED. It's done. That's complete. That's why you're here. Get out of your mind, just a mistake. I don't know why I shouldn't be. This is your foolishness because you start to go through it. He only wrote it because whatsoever written before, why was it written? And instruct us to show you this. That going through that, through endurance, the pain. Then you know, listen, this is why y'all think Yahuah was up on the two, what he was doing? He was giving birth. Those were birth prongs. That's what he was dealing with. Okay, let me tell you, how many women had a baby? How many of y'all was sweating? He was too. They thought he was like drops of blood. The prongs he went through, how many of y'all felt like something was sticking you in your stomach? How many? So what you think happened when they stuck him with a spear? What did you go through that he didn't go through? And then look, folks talking about, I had twins. You don't know what it's like to have a twin. Do you know what it's like to have a nation? He told Recall, you got two nations in your belly. So what you think two nations like in your belly? Two whole nations in your belly. What you think? Just get along shaking. You know what I'm saying? Relaxing. Well, you go ahead and eat. They ranking for position. I'm hungry too. Everything you want, I want. I'm trying to breathe too. So what you doing, I ain't trying to do. So that man sat here and he bad out to show you nobody went through nothing he went through. One testing. Guess why he put him up there? He said, because I intended it. He said, I intended. Nobody did nothing by mistake. He said, that's what I intended. That's what he did. I intended that. I desired that. That's how I begot you. And I want you to know that I wielded that. That's what I desired. That's what I wanted for you to be here. Listen, how you do it?
He willed it. He willed, having willed, he brought forth us by the bar of Amat.
See that? See how he did it? And in the beginning, what was it? And the bar? And the bar? That's how he said I did it. I wielded it. I put it in him. Yahushua tried to tell him, they told him, they asked him to show us the way. He said, I am the way. He letting the people know, I'm the one. I put it forth. This man is the bar. This is what he used to beget us. Or begot us. You know, it's beget still in the process. Begot is done. He begot us. He said, this process is done. I've already done that. And the sense of him going back up on the tooth to do it again is the sense of you taking, or your Sandy taking Danny trying to put him back where he came from. How much sense that make? And you don't believe what Yahushua said. Yahuwah, Father God, if you would, if you could just slay him again, crucify him again so I could be saved. That makes absolutely no sense. That makes as much sense you putting a grown person back inside of the womb it came out of. I can't do it. It can't be done. No more than he said, I can put that man back up here and do that again. Now you understand how things work. He said, that's why he said, I intended it. I intended it once and for all. I've sat down, I've done the science. I've already weighed everything in a balance to know how things work. And I know this is the proper way for it to be done. And it can work if a man got to understand it. That's why he knew we need to be taught. The only reason why a person can't live right because they ain't been taught. Because there are things you got to consider. Every action has a reaction toward it. Okay? So you got to consider that. If for every two work a man do, surely he'll receive something for it. So for every action that a man does that goes contrary to all of his work, surely he'll receive an action toward it. So every action got a counteraction to it, or has an action, has a repercussion to it. You just got to consider which repercussion you good with. Hey, listen, the only difference between a person that live right and a person that ain't is choices. Once you give a person or give people information, then you left the choices. Information, then give you choices. You don't give choices to somebody that don't have information. They won't know what to choose. You give it to a person based off their information. And he gives everybody, he wants everybody to have the information. He said, because all of them going to be taught of me. So now you start making a choice. When Yahushua, who they called Joshua, asked them to choose that day whom they were going to serve, what did they know? Nothing. They knew absolutely nothing. What had happened? Anybody hands? Give me an event that happened. Good. So what I'm going to need is all my Akeem to put a check up down, because that make no sense that y'all don't know. They came out Mizraim. They didn't know none of the works and ideals of Mizraim. They had gotten the Torah under Mushah. These folk ate bread from long corn from Shamaim. These folk ate quails to the full. These folk had been brought over the Yam. They had been over Jordan. They came through the Red Sea. Okay, through the Red Sea, and they were Yam, and they were all immersed. These people done ate and drank, and now Yahushua done come up. And he's taking these people, keeping them in the same pathway that Mushah brought them in. These people done got to the other side and told these folks, choose. Why he asked them to choose before they saw anything in Mizraim? Before they ever left? How am I choose? I don't know nothing else. What am I going to choose? I would make a better decision after I had the knowledge of, after I had the encounters of, after I had the teachings. I can choose. That's why I said, who you going to serve? The Elohims on the other side, or Elohim who we have Yahuwah? Why would I ask you to do that when you don't have the information? It's not proper and fair to ask a person to choose who you're going to serve. You don't have enough information. Why Mushah didn't ask him to do that? Why he didn't ask him? First of all we done seen some stuff tore up in some red water and some blood on some doors. And now you tell me I'm choosing out of fear. I really don't have a lot of information about it. Why did he ask them then and not before? Because you women, who wasn't making? If I'm finna blow your brains out, choose, you're gonna sit here and go, what choice he making? Is that the best choice though? That's the choice you fought. That's why he ain't asked him. He ain't asked him when Pharaoh army was right up, come up bar for a second, stand here. Pharaoh army did close up on him, finna stab him. Choose who you gonna serve. Who you gonna serve? You're finna stab you right now. You. Common sense. He said you. Why wouldn't he? Is that the best choice? Me over Elohim. But he's going to make that because he's being forced into a situation and he's limited on information. That's why it makes you good. Appreciate it. You did good. I'm going to get your mom to get a check because she did a good job with you too. Pray, make sure I get you. Yeah, that's your problem. You should have did a good job. All right. So now what we're trying to do, ain't nobody getting away at him. All that, oh, I'm living all right. Yeah. I love them people. We gonna cut them to the, you know how Pastor Hayward get them. Man, me and Boss were telling the driver, we were telling the driver about it. I said, oh yeah, they said they got rid of him. They said getting rid of me. And Boss said, number 1, number 2 failed. Said Hayward gonna be in charge. So he gonna run. The driver, he said, what? He said, yes, oh yeah. Said Hayward said he gonna cut himself down. Then remember, he said, cut himself down. Oh, man, you should see it was funny. He was still trying to figure out, these people put you out for coming to the Super Bowl? I said, they said Hayward gonna carry it, and Hayward said he gonna cut himself down, he gonna cut them up. Man, if you could just see his face, how he was looking like, he was blown away like, the man gonna cut himself down. Then he members? I said, man, they gone crazy. I thought he knew we were playing, but he was looking like, I kind of like that look on your face. Let's just keep this rolling in there, right? But at the end of the day, our goal is to make sure we get an understanding. Because like I said, when I chose Yahuah, I chose him out of pressure. I didn't choose him out of, it was the intelligent choice. Don't get me wrong, it was when you look. But I didn't choose him based off really having information. You know what I'm saying? And it worked out for my Yeshua. Later, he got me to a process of understanding. You know what I'm saying? Now you need to understand why this was the choice and why things work. Like when Joseph was in Mizraim, did he understand why he was in Mizraim at the beginning? When his brother now hated him, he said, oh, look at God working. Y'all hating on me, and God is going to use me. He going to use me now. Just keep your eyes on me. Ha! You're going to get the coat. Ha! Throw me in a hole. Ha! Sell me to Pharaoh. Ha! Then I'm going to get accused of rape. Ha! Lose my clothes. Nobody saw that stuff. That man going through like we going through. He didn't realize it till later on. Almost time of his mood that he realized everything that y'all intended, his daddy died, he realized everything y'all intended, all he meant it for my tool. Which means, guess what happened? He wielded it. See, if you don't see things, this is how we read it. We read the Bible. It was the Bible, okay? We read the Bible, and it was stories. There were stories of people who God did things for, and none of these people were us. Let's be honest. You were separate from, how many of y'all read that and you said, that's me? This talking about me. This my history. How many of y'all read the Bible? People telling lies. Nobody, you looked at, this is a big book grandma had them, and it's a book by holy people of God. And you and these people ain't got nothing in common. This is a book about God's people. And you just reading these stories about God and his people, and everything worked out for these people, and nothing worked out for you because you detached yourself. You did. How was it beneficial? How does it help me? Me reading white history helps me how? Me reading Chinese history helps me how in my history? Unless it embodies or it entangles and we coexist together. It shows where we came together or where we separate. Otherwise, it has no real difference for me. I don't read it with, this is my book, my history, my connection. You know what I'm saying? They taught us how to detach and read it. You said, that was God people. Then you jump later, New Testament creature. Now there's a part, when you go back and read that, that's God, his God people. That always threw me. So God had a people, and then I'm now, you just didn't question God. You taught me, you don't question God. Old Testament was God and then we had people. Now he got some new people, these other folk. And this just kind of threw me. So it's the people, and you don't understand how this happened. You understand how that was enjoyed. You give it to it, because that's how God works, mysterious ways. Anything you don't know, mysterious ways. That's how they get away with everything. That's God and his mysterious ways. And now you left out the dry because you read the book, you don't have no understanding. You don't have no connections. But this is the book you're going to use that's going to get you saved. So now you got to start living a lie. You got to start living a lie. And it created us to become liars, because liars came and took the book and went through the book and did so much. Michelangelo drew a picture of his whole family, And that it said in all these black old people homes. Way too many people. Golden cups kicked over. Loads of bread. My angel sitting here and a sun wrapped around his head. Made a fool out of him. All these guys got on togas. They just came from a Roman party, Greek party, a toga party. It's just, folks just made a fool out of it, and we just went for it. We just went for everything we were told, and we were supposed to get he was so heart set on us having an understanding of the word that he was for identity of figures. He was dead set on, dead set to the fault that that's what happened. He brought all attention now to see the word in action. He was dead set on selling everybody on the word. That's why he slayed it right there and then show you how the word make alive. Y'all didn't know that? He was dead set on showing you how the word make alive. He was dead set on it. That's why he put him up there. He said, I'm dead set on this. I want y'all to see the word make alive. I got every fear you got, this man had. Every fear. Whoa, stop, woo, that scared me. Oh, I didn't know. He said, I gave that man, listen, I let that man embody all that, and I was dead set on showing you the word make alive. That man put his confidence in me. I got him back up by the word. That's my word. He told y'all in 3 days. He said, I'm going to get him up. He said, I'm dead set on this. I wielded this. So some things happen in our lives. Some things had to happen. Some things going to happen in our life to get us to a point of confidence in this man. You know what I'm saying? Because we'll allow things to come to feel that though he can't do what he do sometimes. If things happen, it will. We human. Don't lie. That thing happen, look like thing passed. I don't see how he gonna work it out. That's where your confidence in him gotta have. You think Abraham looked at that and said, I'm finna be tearing that boot up. I'm counting these stars, boot it. Count stars how to boot it? No, man, count no boot it. That man was just, I got the confidence that what he say he'll do, he'll do. I can't have but one at a time, maybe two, maybe bust out some triplet one. That's a lot. When I'm counting these right here, how you think you see that? Literally? You count them and you see that. There's no way. But then what that tell you the confidence he had in that man? What relationship did he have with him there? Come on, somebody look up there. You don't have as much money to sell you can. Man, nigga got my face. Nigga, you high. You know what I'm saying? It was print. This man had the confidence in a man. And then at his old age, and look at Yahuah. You know, they told him when he was 50 years old. He said before Abraham was, he said, I am. He let him know he existed. You ain't gonna believe when he had that. Yeah, did y'all know he had us? He was in his old age. Wow. You were trying to count his birthday. They even told him when he told him stuff. They said, you ain't even 50 years old. And you been here before Abraham? He said, Abraham rejoiced when he saw my day, and he was glad. Yasakal, he laughed. They try to tell him, you 50 years, you ain't even 50 years old. And you don't see Abraham? He said, before he was, he said, I am. That's when he had us, in his old age. Did y'all know that? He was in his old age when he had us. Look at Abraham, what sprouted from this man. Yahuah let you know, listen, even Yahuah said, is there anything too hard for Yahuah? But you know what? When things come and you get hard pressed, you'll start to doubt him. You'll start to think he can't do what he do. And he showed us that when pressure comes and things happen, it's normal. You ain't even so much you can take. You can let him all you want. I put you on the ground and choke you or put enough pressure on you, you'll start to question your love. You will. You'll start to doubt some things. You'll start to look at it like Esau. Now, that's a pretty dumb fella, correct? Agree? Man sold his birthright? Not dumb? How many else said it was a smart choice? Wow. Pretty dumb choice? Let me get you to starving and you hold on to what you got. You know what he did? It's about what the average man will do. He told that brother, when he asked him to sell his birthright, he said, what good in my birthright? I'm at the point of death. They had like the man's stomach growl one time. The man said he was finna die. What good is my birth? A lot of folk talk that I'm finna die. Not, oh man, I ain't ate in 2 hours. The man said, I'm finna die. What good is my birthright? And Yahuah hated this man. How many times have all of us sold our birthright? Don't y'all know when you commit qatar, you selling your birthright? And you still, think about a man like him, how you got to feel when you see somebody like Tony Smith done messed up 15 gazillion times. How many times y'all done messed up? How many y'all done messed up less than 15 gazillion? And you still got your birthright? You still got your birthright? When did Yahuah account him for? He was a big liar, homemonger, dope smoker, drunk. When was he accounted for any of this? Let me get this straight. I was finna die. And I was only getting food so I could live. And you said I gave up my birthright, you hate me? I was finna die. These people ain't finna die. They do this stuff every day. You gotta ask yourself. But get what you look at. I wielded it. I wielded it. I desired you. He did. He said, Yahuah, Yahuah. He said, I hate Asu. He said, I hate him. He sold his birthright. And you think about knowing that. How many of y'all just heard that now, that he hated Asu? How many of y'all just learning now that he hated him because he sold his birthright? So when you commit qatar, what you doing? You're giving up your birthright. And I don't hate you though. You quote Yahuah 3:16. For all that he ain't so hard the word, get what he did. And you ain't gonna believe it. Asu gave up his birthright. So you wouldn't probably consider nobody like Yahushua, huh? How you think you got a right to the Atsukai? Hello? He did similar to what Yahuah did in the opposite manner. What did Asu do? Who remember what did Yahuah do to Asu after he did? Who remember what he did? After he had gotten his brother birthright, after he sold it to him, who remember what he did? He bled. Fled before he fled. Hold on, I heard somebody. That wasn't our cool voice that deep, was it? Man, I looked over there, I looked at y'all, I said, you got COVID or you done got that hyena? We can't have that hyena here, that Mark Peter. That thing, we can't have no sitting here doing like that. Not that Mark Peter, we can't have it in here. I got that, I said, what the? Ed, please tell somebody, Ed, you don't get a check too. That ain't fair for them to suffer like that. What you gonna say? You're right.
He dressed up. He ate the food. He cooked the food.
Hold on, food.
He cooked the lamb or whatever.
He cooked the goat. His aim did it, and actually it was a deer.
Oh, okay.
All right, it's a roast venison. So he took a goat, and he cooked it similar like venison meat. That's what he did. His brother was going to get a venison, what they call a deer, and then the aim told him to take a goat, and he slew it and prepared and gave it to his father. You remember how he went into him? In disguise, in like what? In hair, skin, mimicking who? Looking like Asu. And Yahushua came out here looking like you. Y'all don't know. You do know he went up the pier before the arbor, right? Just like Yahuah did. Do you know he got on your disguise? How did you think? The book said he went to the pier before Elohim. You do know he got on your skin, right? Guess it's just a story in the Bible. That's how he got a pier before him. That's why he got back up with that body. He did the same thing. Yahuah. Yasharal, he ruled as Elohim. How you think he was going to appear? Hello? He had to put your skin on. That's why he had to become flesh and blood. Who was you comparing him to? Who was you going to use for a comparison? You couldn't use nobody but Yahuah Asu. That he put on the skin, disguising himself like him. So he can get a baraka. Wow. And because his father couldn't really distinguish, you ain't gonna believe what his father, what did his father do? Huh? And then you learn, barak them. He wants you to be baraka. So the only way to pull this off is to do what? So now you can't tell one from another. Not when we follow the behavior. Because you got to remember, the key too now, it wasn't the fact of the disguise, it's the fact he did the will of the Father. Because he said, make me savory meat such as our heart. See, that's the key. You know, we just got to put on the clothes. You going to jail now? He asked him to make him something such as our heart. What our heart. That's what Yahushua can do, to do the will of the Abba. That's what you desire, what you want. So if I do what the Abba want, if I do the will of the Abba, I mess around here, give me that Baraka. See, that was the whole purpose of you reading these stories, understanding what ability he give. All these were like key points to get you to understand what you need to do without literally just flat out telling you, pay attention. He didn't just put on no skin. He was told to make me what I ahad. So when you keep the Amar, the commandments of the Abba, that's what he loves. Don't worry about it. That's just me talking. All right. 4.
To be us, first fruits, a
Rosh Pari. Rosh Pari. First fruits. That's what he wants to be. Because what we told about it, hands. I'm gonna need that check, Ken. Go ahead, Ray. That's right. He said a husbandman. The husbandman refers to the man because a man is known for putting the seed down. A woman can't be a husbandman. So when a farmer puts seed in the ground, that's what a husband does with a woman. He injects her with his semen. He's putting seed in the ground. So when a farmer, that's what they call him, the husbandman. So he said a husband, you know, he waited for the precious fruit, pari. He desired the first fruits. That's why we have ukak shabua, first fruits, because that's what the husbandman desire. Because if that's what he desired, that's why we celebrate the way we do, which is Yehudah, celebrate. That's what your name Yehudah means. It means celebrate. So that's why he invites you to the Muhar. Your name is celebrated. What would you be doing in the Muhar? But this year gonna be different. Once I catch y'all somewhere, I'm just when I tell you leave, please don't ask me no question. Then we're looking at permanent. Just leave till I get tired. Because it don't make sense. Your name is celebrated. Tell me what you should be doing when the Muhar comes.
Celebrate.
And people, but see, this goes along with we lack so much understanding. That's why you drag, sit around, you're doing something else. But this, we'll start doing something different this Sunday. Tell you just go ahead and leave. When I get tired, when he get tired, then we'll figure it out. When you ask me, then I know I'm irritated at that point, because that don't make sense. That's going to be retarded. Because it don't make sense. Don't just say ain't Yehudah. I want you to get a shirt say ain't Yehudah. I ain't going to expect nothing out you. Get you a shirt, say ain't Yehudi. Then it gonna make sense. I had no reason. Why would I bother you? It don't make sense. That'd be like me running the street. What y'all doing? Y'all supposed to celebrate. They say, I ain't Yehudi. I said, you right. We Yehudi. Only he brought you in because your name means celebrate. Let's do this. You don't celebrate and Yahushua don't save. What's his name? That's what his aim was to say. You should name him Yahushua. What? Because he's going to save his arm from the Qatar. Why would he look like here and he don't save nobody? You'll be like, that's a stupid name. Probably like your name being Yehudah. Yahudim, celebrate. Why would you have that name? Did it make sense to y'all? Yes. This is what he's trying to get rid of. This is what you're going to get. These become simple words because you don't actually put them into play to realize what they mean. You know, my name just like Henry. Old English. Y'all ain't going to believe what my name means. Ruler. You ain't gonna believe what I do. Henry means ruler. You ain't gonna believe what I do. His name Yahushua. You ain't gonna believe what he do. He saves. So everybody called his name. It makes sense when folks see him saying, when they was on the ship, it made sense that they went to cough. Hollow hand, open hand, fold hand. Open hand, fold hand. Saver. He gonna look at my hand, I'm closed. I don't know what I can make it solid. Y'all want me to punch a hole in the ship? Y'all want to open my hand, slap the piss out you? The folks said they were perishing. It made sure they said, Yahuah, save us. Give to Elohim. Let's go with who saves. Let's call on the man who saves. And Mason, when he woke up, what he did? That's what they did. They said they were perishing. They could have called Yahuah. He gracious. They could have called Yahuah. They said we perishing. You know when you want to call on Yahuah and Yahuah after he saved? That's the gift of Yahuah. Yahuah has been gracious. I'll call on them after he saves. We so backwards. Because you'll get a name and you won't do what he said do. What is the purpose of it? Why he told her his name was Yahuah? I exist, I always will exist. The existing one. That's how they knew him. The existing one. Meaning, if you're the existing one, that's all he's saying. Don't the other one live? They couldn't. That's why he wanted to show them all out. Bring them out. Display yourself. Display yourself if you said you exist. He said, I exist. I've always existed. Tell them to tell you of the things that happened before. He said, let's do better. Let them tell you something that's going to come to pass. You know, if some folk came here years ago, y'all young, in the 70s, there were some white preachers, other preachers, in California, they all came out. They told them California was going to break off, and they were going to go back in the sea. Folk predicted the world was going to end, and you ain't going to believe it. Y'all didn't believe what happened when the world ended. It's still him. You remember folk coming on that stuff years ago? This guy made a big mess. Man, let me tell you something. They had these folk moving across the country. Folk, tell these folk, listen, Chicago, a lot of y'all were young. Y'all remember. I think it was Chicago or New York. Man, they had them folk. It was Chicago, I want to say. Man, them black folk, they was in that church. They was on their knees, boy, they were praying and celebrating God. Them folk got rid of all their stuff. He told them the world was going to end. They gave away everything. Them folk, man, knew waiting on them. Them folks try to stay long they can. They were praying for that thing to end. Y'all ain't gonna believe it. We still here. Them dummies gave away everything they had, and they were in there waiting on the world to end. If the world gonna end, this I'm gonna ask you, what you gonna do with it? This is dumb. Listen, you want the world finna end. What are he gonna do if the world gonna end? They made a mess out of these folks. Because they done run out here and told these folks. They done suck. And then you know what? These people just drift out and just disappear. He made a fool out of them. He made a show of them openly. But he told them, he said, let these people tell you some things to come. They've been off every time. These folks just make a fool out of us. All the man wants to do is just get us down to the simplistic part of, why don't you just follow and just watch? Look at my track record. Look at what I told you. Things he told y'all gonna happen, it's happening. Yeah, that's true. He done told you. You're gonna have earthquakes. Well, we ain't had them but one place, just Turkey. That's it. Ain't that happen nowhere. You know he told we're gonna have war. And you know what? You know ain't nobody fight, everybody at peace. Now you just go with the King James 1611. You telling me 1611 could have known that. 1611 translated from 1500 versions. By the 1500, it believed there were over 200 copies. You telling me in 1500, they knew all that was finna happen. Let's go back when the Romans wrote, when the Greeks wrote, they knew this. That there were gonna be pestilence, there were gonna be earthquakes, there were gonna be all this stuff. The houses were gonna be, they knew this. Yahuah told us. Yahuah told us. I'm just going to track record. I'm just going to track record. That man told her he was going to put disease on her. He said that your fault. Nobody even knew nothing about it. They got stuff. They trying to find, who would have known they were going to put stuff and we weren't going to know what it was. That's man in the lab with them chemical, biological. Who told you about it before them? Before the labs? Before the Indians got the smallpox? Who told you about it? That's why I'm here. That's why I'm here. These folks can play stupid they want to. The man told her what was going to happen. Yes, sir. He told her because the iniquity was going to abound, the love of men are going to wax cold. These people cold. These folks walk here and shoot up a building and shoot themselves. Manchurian candidate. Them folks in Michigan, your government, I don't care what nobody say. Oh, I'm going to go start shooting up a college I don't even go to. My girlfriend ain't here. Nobody here, I just shoot it up, then I shoot myself. Manchurian candidate. They talking about ISIS and Al Qaeda. These bastards, they make these people. Some stuff don't make no sense. Most average person want to die, just going out kill themselves. When I want to kill myself, my toy, I ain't want to go kill them. I just want to kill a bunch of people. Why? I was in my own misery. I feeling things I was dealing with. Nothing had me. You gotta go take some more people with you. They gonna talk, you know them Islamic people crazy. They'll kill other people than themselves. These white folks. These niggas. Everybody, these folks ain't nothing but Manchurian candidate. Don't believe these people. I don't believe it. When I said, I don't believe it. I don't believe that. Why this I don't get? Why folks ain't been killing folks in the university way back since they started? When college got started? Last week? 10 years ago? Uncle Ted, bro, do you remember college getting shot up? That's what I'm saying. These folks, they're creating these people. These people are being created. They're giving them games. They're giving them websites to go to. What is the purpose of a dark web? The government doesn't know about the dark web. It's a hit. Shh, take it here. You have to go on your computer and type in www. Dark web hid from the government. It's not on their computer. Do you know how stupid you are? That these people are actually, you deal with computer. Is it possible the government don't know about the dark web? You know anything about it? Big data. You know anything about it? Is it possible that the government don't have a D, a A, and an R and a K, and a WEB on their keyboard? Is it possible? Because the only way I can see them not typing this dark web, the letters ain't there, and the letters don't really exist because as you pushing it, it's keying in. It's not on the computer. Why would these dumb, stupid people think there is a website that exists that crackhead, child pornography, child trafficking using? The government don't know about that one. And it's all kind of secret information that's hid from them. And you got to go on there to get it. People just dumb. Let me tell you what. Your computer, hardline, wherever you're doing web, is going to one database. You're not hooked into another database. They can hook to something they don't want you to get to. Stop being stupid. These people don't give I can go hook into a database secret from the government that they don't know about and all of. Where's the database at? Why are these people so dumb? I'm going buy a HP. I'm going to buy a Mac. What I'm going to buy? I'm going to hook up to this secret website that nobody can get in. And it's called www.darkweb. Nobody know about it. Secret from the government. How this won't get? Guess who got it? Everybody who sell drugs, fentanyl, all child pornography. So just say if I need to sex traffic a child, I don't know where to go. Going to Kroger's, been looking at Walmart, Walgreens, www.darkweb.org or NT networking, because we networking. And the government don't have network on their computer. And I can just start trafficking kids and never get caught. I have never seen so many dumb people in my life. I don't even do this stuff. It's like, you can't be that stupid. They make a fool out of you. They set this up to see how dumb you are. They just dumb. They don't even have a conversation. All that stuff going to one database. You can't get no more than nobody else getting. You might know about a site somewhere that a lot of folk don't know about. You don't know nothing. The government don't let nothing happen like that. That's right. What are people thinking? I get an email because they're going to contact me back. I went on there and hit them. They're going to contact me back. And mine's at www. I know about the dog web. That's my email. What is that? At Gmail? What is that? .org? .communication? You retards. They don't want you to get this stuff. Are y'all serious? People retarded. These folks get you. You think they got you. You're saying you communicate. You don't think I know who communicate? You networking, nigga. You don't think I know who networking? I'm Googling. Googling. I have never seen people so dumb in my life. You're hooked into one database. You're not doing, they're the only people because they create, they control that stuff. Y'all got to stop this stuff. You have an IP address. They know where everybody going. They know where traffic. They know where these people stupid. Hold on, y'all do you do something like this for a living? You know something about what I'm talking about? Yeah, I'm off. They don't know about traffic. IP address, these folks gonna catch you. These folks so stupid. They let these people go here because they say you stupid enough to come and say, why would I put them on? If I catch someone on my computer, I'm gonna slap the piss out you. You better put nothing dog in my computer, nothing. I don't play that stuff. I don't put that junk on my computer. I don't be looking at no phone. I don't put that junk in my phone. I don't be putting no junk like them folks keep up with you. I don't play that stuff. I ain't looking for it nowhere. For what? Fentanyl use. What I'm on there for? They like these white girls. They show these little white kids. They show them new. They went on the internet and hooked up with ISIS. Flew to Syria. The ISIS people in it. Listen, they got the camera in the airport with these two white girls assigned two ISIS guys waiting on them. And they leave the airport. Do you know how dumb you are? These folks, how you think they caught you on their camera? And they be well, they know you stupid. They just use you trailing and they dumb for. Two white girls want to get with me to go join the Black Power races from high school and flop. You know what I'm saying? You finna go to jail. They finna blow you up. They use them girls. Go on and get them. Boom. That's how we gonna get you. Because all y'all stupid. They look at all of you stupid. Listen, they showing these dumb folk waiting on them. And these girls walked on out of the airport with them. You flew from your house. How you hooked up with ISIS? Oh, on the internet. Listen, government can't find ISIS. They don't know where they at. They looking for. Listen, call us if y'all know where ISIS at. Two white girls went on the internet and communicated with them, and they were at the airport waiting to pick them up, and left with them. Do you know how dumb people are? Let me tell y'all what they do. Y'all don't know the truth. Ain't nobody here doing nothing they don't know. They let these people go in because you don't need to know certain stuff. People stupid. Anything you do on that computer, they know about it. They just let you, because you know what happened. Everybody get off if they knew. That's why they had cameras. It just showed the airport camera. Listen, that China balloon. Do y'all know they watched that balloon the first time it took? Do y'all know they had watched that balloon from the time it took off from China? You weren't supposed to know it either. When that balloon took off from China, did you know your government already will watch it when they released it? You know why they can't tell you that? Because there's more than you need to know. Because there's some stuff they tell you, it'll be a mess. It'll be a mess if you knew it. They ain't got nothing out here they don't know about. They don't play that.
That's right.
They don't play that, and they got the technology to do whatever they want to do. Yes, y'all saw that? They had that joke over there. What? The Taliban over in Afghanistan, they let an Al-Qaeda member, he was on that, y'all seen he was on that balcony? Oh, you want to saw it long. He walked out on the balcony in Afghanistan, in the major city, on the balcony. Y'all know how on that balcony? They blew the whole balcony up. You know what they told you? They said no civilians were killed. Listen, blew the whole balcony up with him on. He walked out on the balcony in a major city, on the balcony. They blew him up. And you know they let them know, we told you before, we don't want them now. They let them know, made no mistake, cause we gone. We don't want them there. End the conversation, done. Blow that man up on a balcony and told you nobody else will kill. Can you imagine you in a major city, you over in Afghanistan, F the U.S., they can't touch me, and you walked out on the balcony. What we were doing to feed, we picked you up on the balcony. They can watch everybody, anywhere in the world. Now you be stupid if you want to get a stupid hat, your stupid hat stick out. Focus on your salvation. Stay off these stupid sites. Quit being I want to use this with y'all, retard. Folks so retarded. Just do what you're supposed to do and stop it. These folks watch you when they want. Listen, go put them dumb curtains on your house. That's the big. Go get the metal curtains that they don't know nothing about. Walmart got them. If you go there, I'm serious. All right, if you go on secret agent hideout curtains that block government camera, on the problem you got, they look through the roof. The curtain work because we're looking through the roof. We're going to let Walmart, Best Buy, because the government don't even, it's on the dark web. You go to where and you get a, listen, don't ask anybody. You gotta pick the right guy. Psst. Psst. You know, I need to get the curve. Talk like shut up the kid group. The curve where the government can't see through my windows. Okay, cause they looking through the roof. Just stop being stupid. Man, folks, technology is way past what these people trying to do. Just live right and stop it. All these, where y'all think they sold y'all all these flat screen TV? All of them got cameras. These folks, most of y'all don't know. You do know you have a camera on your TV. You watch the TV, TV watching you, nigga. These folks talking, I ain't gonna put no Ring cameras in my house. Guess what? They ain't gonna call you anyway. Your TV gonna let them know it. Your TV let you watch everything in the world. You don't think your TV can watch you? Now most of them hurt now. Now they gonna go home and cut their TV off. Yeah, it need to be on for you to watch it. Just stop it. The best thing you can do, honestly, is focus on your salvation. When you catch people talking stupid like that, I don't even talk to people stupid like that. I don't have no conversation. I ain't got time for that stupid. Your stupid conversation is fooling. You live in a world where there are no secrets other than what they're doing to you. Okay? So at this point for everybody in the world, white, black, green, yellow, whatever you are, focus yourself on your salvation. Just focus yourself on yourself. Because you're going to waste a lot of energy and spending energy and time with these people. These folks not going to stop killing folks. That's just the system. Only thing you can do at this point when you say they ain't going to stop, people don't even care. People don't care. Listen, it's not like Nichols. What the boy who got shot? Nichols. What's his name got killed? You know why I don't remember it? They keep you so congested with so much stuff. How many of y'all forgot what their name was? How many of y'all were pissed though when y'all seen it? So how long would you piss now you think about it? That's how they keep you so busy, so tired and stuff. You really ain't got time. They got another boy they releasing anyway. They killed in October. They just got his stuff too. Another they keep stuff and release it because you can't have this stuff. It's spark. It's too much problem. You bring them out and space them. Now by the time you find about him, what it is? February, March. What March come out of there? You should be having your income tax come back. Now he got killed in October. Come on, y'all, let's go out here. You got your income tax. Come on, Dan, we finna go March. What you gonna do? You got your income tax check. Man, that happened in October. They got enough stuff going right now. You really ain't got time. That's what they keep doing. They keep you congested. You gotta focus on your salvation. You gotta be cognizant of what's going on around you. But a lot of people not focused on it and realize you can do nothing against nothing until you get yourself right with Allah. I'm just being honest. Because there's too many things, it's too many moving parts. You can't stop someone that's so many moving parts. It's like trying to fight an octopus. How many hands you got? Octopus swing. Bam! Caught the other one. What I'm gonna do with them 6? Because I'm holding these 2. What I'm gonna do with them 6? That's the system. You ain't got but 2 hands. Y'all got it? That's why we gotta get the mind right. It's too many things working against every one of us in here. You work against your own inability, other things, your fears, your phobias. You work against so many things of working. You got ambition, you got goal. You got so many things. You got love, you got hate, you got misery. You got so much going on. Otherwise, you just undirected. You can't stay focused on the main thing that you got. With everything I deal with, still come on me, I don't ever forget my salvation. That's key, regardless of what I do. People say, I don't know how you do it. I keep it one way. My salvation is first above everything. I said, that's why I can do what I do. People say, I don't know how you can do it. You can do so many things, how to do it. I'm telling you what I do. I really stay focused. Honestly, I really don't think a whole lot of what I do. I think more of my salvation. Because I can't do nothing without him. There's no way I don't see how everybody ain't killed up everybody. Man, the world got too much. If your mind ain't on your salvation, why you living? Let me get this straight. You just up every day going, waiting to get killed or kill somebody. That's the only, what does the world have to offer? Or waiting to die, or waiting to get killed for some natural disaster. Is that what you living for? I got a purpose. I'm being honest, I got a purpose. That's why I want to kill myself. I was selling drugs. I wasn't broke. I wasn't by myself. I was by myself. I was broke spiritually. And I realized myself, I'm going nowhere. My life is empty. This is me. When I realized that I'm empty. I was on the street. I wasn't finna be evicted. I wasn't girlfriendless. None of this stuff. I was empty inside. I was lost. It was like, and nobody understood. Nobody understood. Nobody saw what I saw. Nobody cared about what I cared about. It was like, what is everything for? I just look at, man, people kill themselves, they're stupid. People kill themselves because they don't have direction. They got answers. You have answers. People have questions. They need answers. Why do I keep going? What makes me get up and push every day? People say, for my kids. I got kids. I got responsibility. So let's do this. Your kids don't need you no more. You still get up? All your responsibility paid. Do you still get up? I do, because I got a commitment to Yahuah. I owe Tony Smith for all of the bad decisions. I owe this man a fair chance. I never gave him one. I owe him that. So I don't get up for my kids. I get up because I got obligation. I do like Yahuah said. He told them, go tell that father. He said, I had to perform today and tomorrow. He said, I got to do it. I got to keep performing. Y'all got it? He looked at the bar. He said, not one of them going to perish. He said, go let them know I'm working today and tomorrow. Go and let them know I'm working. I got to keep working. Somebody's got to hold up a standard. Every one of you guys, every one of you sisters, every one of y'all, there's a standard that's got to be met. Quit thinking you don't owe nobody. You do owe this man. Everybody keeps saying what nobody doing. Won't you be the first changer? All I heard, preachers, all preachers good, all preachers do, all preachers do, all preachers, all preachers, all preachers. I became what I made it my goal to make sure I'd never be one of all preachers. That's my goal. Why somebody can't do it? Why? It's a choice. Well, you know what folks say about people in the church? All them hypocrites. How many of y'all done heard that before from people? Church people, how many heard it? They the biggest hypocrites. Folks in the church ain't right. And guess why? Because it's hard to get people to stand up and change the ideology of people. But people ain't stupid. I'm looking at what I see. They're like, these people get drunk with me. Me and preacher banging the same girl. Well, I don't have no respect for religion. So somebody got to come and set a standard. That's all. Somebody. Nobody. You owe it to yourself. Why you can't? And I was the biggest failure. Ain't nobody been no bigger failure than me. Nobody. It's impossible. Fail. Just fail. You know, it's just like, it was no reason to even look at it. I saw my whole life I always got to be on the other side. That's why I saw you always got to be on the other side. You just can't get it right, son. It's just not for you. So when you finally get that setting and get that desire to want to live right and really want to live right because you don't want to die and burn, you realize everything I did, I could feel it coming back up on me. It was just the grittiest, worst feeling. It wasn't like something you said, oh, shake it and just go. I drank. Started drinking, chilling, smoke. Had a while. Started talking about it. I started crying. Everybody had to stop smoking, quit drinking. Just wait on me to get stopped. You ain't gonna believe it. I can't stop. Had a while, you tell folks, they're like, I've done it long enough. But you ain't gonna believe it. I can't stop. I couldn't say, I got myself together now, let's go back. Get past that phase, go. That thing know, go back to drinking, go back to smoking. That thing know, I started talking. That thing know, I started crying. Had a while, I just realized, you gotta put it out. That's my soul. That thing just working on it. Woo! That's why folks get tired of him, man. Like, every time, this nigga break out crying. And it was never my intent. Like, oh, I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to trap these niggas, get him start smoke, drink, then I'm going to start crying. It just happened. We going, we talking, we chilling. That thing, you know, I started talking. I started crying. They trying to tell me, you a good nigga, man. You a good nigga. I said, no. I ain't no good nigga. I said, now I got to get it right. Them Joe trying to figure out, you got to get it right. And I knew they were weighing themselves thinking, but you help niggas too. I was wrong. They looked at, but I would do something for them. You don't help people. They like, I said, no, I ain't right. It wouldn't work. They try to talk me, you know, you good. They get quiet. They realize, really, you street. What do you say to a nigga? What are they going to say? Man, the Lord loves you. We don't even talk like that. You know, I'm just saying, that ain't the conversation. That ain't the lifestyle. So what I'm doing didn't fit. It's like this don't fit. So I don't know how to respond to you with what you're doing. You throwing us off. They couldn't say I'm throwing y'all because they looked at, he having a moment. They really having a moment. This gonna continue. Till it just got to a point, realizing it's the last time. No. So this the last time. I said, can't do it no more. Done. This the last time. I'm done. I did. I'm done. There's a folk, they ain't seen me 28 years. They know it. They can tell you, ain't never happened. They ain't seen me back. Done. I said, it worked on me too much. You know what I'm saying? I love that. You can't, how long I'm going to keep doing, how many times I'm going to keep sitting here breaking down and realize this ain't working. I was drinking and smoking to get away. Thinking you're getting away and I'm, trying to chill. It like, your scapegoat ain't working. Your scapegoat ain't working no more. I had one though, it worked for a while, but then that man just come and fold, unravel everything you got, what you do? And they can't understand it, but he unfold and unwrap me enough to realize, I already know to go back and drink, I know where I'm going. I'm going right back. And you know what? You go back this time, you can't come back. So ain't one of them things I gotta say, I just want to go see. I'm good. I don't want to be that person no more. I want to be that person that lost it. All you got is all these fears. My mind was just racing. And when your mind racing, you can't get your mind right. Whoo, it was rough. I remember, man, the first time I realized I slept, I jumped out of bed. She might remember years ago. I jumped up out the bed. And I told her, I said I had went to sleep. She looked like I was crying. I had went to sleep. I didn't even sleep. It scared me. I jumped out of bed. I said, it scared me. I realized I had never been to sleep. Scared me. I said, all that time I was awake. It scared me. It just scared me so bad. I jumped up. I was like, I've been to sleep. You think you've been somewhere. You've been doing something so long. You've been going wrong so long. You don't realize where your mind been, just the person you've been, how you do stuff. And then you realize you come into some normalcy. It's like, it just scared you. It's like, wow, I fallen asleep and it scared me. And it just scared me for the fact I realized, what was I doing all that time before? My eyes were closed, I was out. It's like, what was I doing? It scared me so bad. I was asleep. I was like, I was asleep. It scared me so bad. Something that simple, you don't realize your life, the stuff you in, the conversation, the people you with, the things you doing, and it's normal, and then you break that and you realize that's not normal. That's not normal. But this your whole, everything was a steal, everything was a take or get over, something to do, was a fornication, everything around was just wrong. Everything I did was wrong. And it just scared you to realize, oh, and this was normal, this was my life. I don't know. And he said, just look at, and he picked me. He could have picked somebody else. Somebody else should have been here instead of me. But he picked me. I can't let him down. He could have left me with Jesus. I didn't question. I never used to pray at night asking, I want to serve you, but Jesus is kind of throwing me. That J never happened. I know people got their story. I had no problem with no J. Why? Why would I have a problem with J? Why would I have a problem with Jesus saved, right? Jesus was the Savior. Jesus was his son. I never had a problem. I'm not one of the people, I was back in the back of my mind. It never happened. Never happened. He picked me. I'm grateful. That's all I'm trying to do. I just want to get it right. And you realize, because I willed that. That was my desire. I know you were good. And he looked at, I know you were good with him. He knew I was good with him. I wasn't trying to live right, but it's just something like ain't right with the book. It never happened. I'll be telling you a lie. That's somebody else's story. Did anybody else, y'all can tell me. Did anybody, it was like some always threw you all about the book and Jesus was unsettling and I used to question all the time and nobody could answer me? Never happened. Never happened. I'm one of the people he told me. He said, I was found of them that didn't seek after me. I understand it. I never understood that. You know, how many of y'all never understood that? How you find something you weren't seeking? I know sometimes you might find some underground. He said, I wasn't looking. I wasn't looking for no, you know what I'm saying? YHW, why you, something come to me like, look at this. Never happened. I found him. I was not looking for him. I appreciate it. That's why I'm grateful. It's scary. It's scary to know he can designate people and pick people like that. It's scary. It's scary to let you know. I let you sit there and I wanted you there. So I'm not having no Jesus Christ conversation. You can forget it. Nobody teaching me about Jesus. Nobody gonna teach me about no love of Jesus. I'm not having the conversation. You can forget it. I'm sold out. No more when I was under Jesus, I wasn't having no Islamic conversation. What happened? I'm just telling you. You know, he picked a man like Musha. Musha he was 100% Misraim. He was a ruler in Misraim. But he saw the affliction of the people. His love turned. That's it. The man knew all the wisdom of Misraim. That's why he could pick it. The man was dedicated to the cause. Like Clay Beasley. He was dedicated to the cause. They told him, they said, he was blind. They said, tell him he's black. He said, too important to the movement. He said, if he found out he was black, he said, kill himself, just to get rid of one less nigga. That's what they looked at. Why was I going to tell him? The man dedicated. And look, this man really love what he's doing. This man's serious about what he's doing. Now I want to show him something else and see if he'll move. I appreciate it. A lot of y'all might not know why things happen, why things do. Set your love on learning and see. It'll all make sense. It all makes sense. It do. You want answers to something you ain't even done yet. You want a conclusion to something you ain't even, how you get a conclusion you ain't even finished nothing? Let's see this thing to the end and see for yourself. As you keep progressing, everybody here, you'll see the reasoning. Everything is nothing he's done. I can't think of nothing in my life he did without reasoning. Everything worked out just the way it was supposed to work out. It didn't went in a different, would I be here? I had fun drinking, smoking. I had fun. He just troubled me. He said, troubled me. What I was going to do? He troubled me. And you know how that worked? That was a man who laid by the pool. Every shit now, you ain't going to believe it. The Malakim would come down. Who remember they would do? And whoever stepped in, go figure. He troubled the waters. My friends, other people I thought they stay on the sideline. I want to be healed. He said the first one stepped in, he healed them. That's all it was. Let him trouble the water. You fighting it. They don't want no trouble. You don't want to have. The man trouble the waters. What you gonna do? So trouble the water, what mean? That mean the water do like this? Look, if he trouble the water, what kind of water he for walking in? Think how many people, you looking to walk in some rough water. When the Talmudim saw him, them folk got scared. They want him to calm water. Common sense. Who walks into some water and it stirred all up? Who does it? How many of y'all done seen water on a pot of water boiling on that trouble? How many of y'all said, I need to get in this thing right now? It don't make sense. And you know why? Not logically. But to somebody who in that situation, who understand what he's doing, it made perfectly good sense. Made perfectly good sense to be in that water. Made perfect, because you got a condition, and this will fix it. That's what you need him. You need him to trouble that water in your life. And you want to keep everything calm. You don't want no problems. You don't want nothing to happen. You don't want nothing. And that's why you're in the condition you're in. You got to get out there inside that troubled water so he can heal you. Hello? He can heal you. Hello? He unstopped them ears. And then you can see with your eyes and understand with your mind. He said, then you be converted. You ain't going to believe it. I can hear you. I just got to trouble the water. That's that. He just got to trouble the water. And you got to be willing to step in. Hello? He told you, draw nigh to me. I draw nigh to you. Just got to be willing to step in. That's all. That's all happening. You just got to be willing to step in. And a lot of us, we're afraid because there's other people we're going to leave behind. We don't want people to think that we're too far gone to change. The people you worried about ain't worried about themselves. If you don't care, are you really the person I need to put all my effort and care in when you don't care about yourself? Because if you care, you'll do the same thing I'm doing. Why wouldn't you put yourself in a better condition? Why are you okay with? I mean, you know, we all got to die. I mean, we don't know what's going to happen. That's really the mind you want? I had that mind talk like that. You just repeat what somebody else said. I heard. Y'all heard that before? You ain't going to believe it. All them niggas reading the same textbook. They don't mean it. There's no way to tell me in Mosh Pot when that man cook up, shout, when she old cooking up, that these niggas finna walk in, they good. I don't believe them. I don't believe them. Everybody not willing to do that. And don't you be no fool and let nobody drag you into nothing. You know that where you at, don't you do it. You got opportunity, you got space today. You repent yourself whole. Do the right thing. Don't worry about no movie, you do the right thing. You trust that man for everything he said. That man won't fail you. He won't leave. Young people, he won't fail you. He won't leave. There's young people out there watching, listen, he won't fail you. He won't leave you. Don't you let nobody, mama, daddy, uncle, cousin, friend, girlfriend, fiance, wife, husband, sister, brother. Don't let these folks drag you in. At the end of the day, that's your soul. It's your soul. Who inhabit that body with you? Anybody talking, you ain't gonna believe what they're on the outside. Everybody talking, you on the outside. You got somebody on the inside, and you need to be concerned about it. Now, the person talking, you ain't concerned about the person on the inside, I can't waste a whole lot of time with you. Y'all got it? You know how you feel. How many of y'all know how you feel on the inside? How many of y'all know what's going up here in your head? Why you letting somebody try to talk you somewhere else crazy? Follow nobody else fooling, man. I ain't trying to die and burn. I ain't no fool. I'm a businessman. They ain't even good sense. Run on and do that, then I'm gonna die and pay for it later. I ain't interested. I ain't interested. Got to get it right while I'm on this side. Y'all young people, y'all will see, it's going to pay off serving Yahuah. You'll see some fall away. Them choices. Listen, as life going, y'all going to see a lot of people choices. You're going to see people made choices to jump off the expressway bridge. And when they jump, you ain't going to believe it. They reach back. Wasn't nothing to grab. So a lot of people pull that trigger. And just for that bike, I'll do it move. I'm going to look in nanosecond. Just a small set says stop. But it's too late. They done left the gun. There's a lot of folk that made them quick decisions. A lot of them done took pills and took stuff, and then they want to try to call and get help. Ain't no help. We got an opportunity to do what a lot of folks ain't got a chance to do. Make sure you get it right before you leave him. Everybody living, he give them the same opportunity. Same opportunity. You got choices to make. Now you got to decide for yourself. Is it worth it? Whatever you're doing, is it worth it? Is it worth dying and burning for? Forever? Forever and ever and ever, I take my chance with Mr. Yahuah. That mean, I'm just going to take my chance. Isn't that right? You might be wrong. I take my chance with Mr. Yahuah. I feel pretty good about my chances. Y'all hear me? I know that Eagles in Kansas City game, I won't put no money on it. I ain't no bet, man. I want to. I ain't feel good about my chances. So you ain't going to believe it. I ain't do it. Did Mr. Yahuah and Satan thing? I feel pretty good about it. I got everything on Yahuah. I'm going to ride that thing all the way out. Y'all hear me? In the fourth quarter, going to tell it all. I'm going to ride it on. It's getting close to, and then it's going to tell it all. I'm going to ride with Yahuah. Y'all got me? I'm trying to make sure this is how we roll. I'm riding with Mr. Yahuah. Y'all got it? That's two. Appreciate it.